Bryant. Yes! Kobe Bryant extends to a 104-100 lead. So Kobe has 36, continuing his sensational play.
I'm Orlando.
And I'm Terrell.
Welcome to Overtime.
Hey, war ain't over until we review it.
We back.
Oh my, we back!
We back, man. What's this?
Oh man, you know we had to drop the banner on him.
Hey.
We gave it to him at the T6 seminar real quick, but
They didn't even notice it at the T6.
No, they didn't notice because we was holding it up.
Yeah, we was.
But now it's here. It's posted. It looks good.
What book are we reviewing today?
Oh man, before we get into the book, shout out to our 300 supporters, man.
We love every single one of you.
All of y'all, man. We want to be here with one for you guys. It's been a minute, but we back, right?
We back and we ready. We got some fire knowledge to drop today.
Woo! I don't think they're ready for this one.
We gonna start off. Who is the author of this book? How was you introduced to this book? Because you told me about it. Break this
The
down.
author, Mr. Tim Grover, immigrant to this country. An immigrant came here at the age of 4 years old. Daddy chopping up bodies, chopping up corpses, teaching them good work habits at a young age. But Mr. Tim Grover is a world-renowned athletic trainer. He has trained the likes of who? Michael Jordan. His first client, Kobe Bryant, Charles Barkley,
Dwayne Wade.
This guy's resume speaks for
It's
itself.
crazy.
Now, how did I get introduced to this book?
Yeah.
Now, I was showing with Mr. Ray Harris. Ray, shout out to you, man. He was listening to this book. He said, "You ain't heard nothing unless you heard Relentless." I'm like, "What is Relentless?" I'm like, "I'm just not getting into Audible books." I'm like, "What is Relentless?" He was like, "It's a must listen to." So I listened to it. Didn't have to order the book because it was so fire. After I listened to it, I said, "It's only one other person I'm going to recommend this book to. It's only one other sports person I know who's going to love this book." So I called you and said, "Hey, you got this book."
I love sports. Kobe Bryant is my favorite NBA player. So for Kobe Bryant trainer to be able to give us the insight, the mentality of some of the greats, some Michael Jordan. He trained Michael Jordan for 15 years. So I fell in love with it. But the difference was when he broke down in his book, this is not a sports book.
It's not. This book is well beyond. People think, oh, he's talking about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Charles Bryant. This is definitely not a sports book. It don't even have sports in the title. This book tells you how to go from good to great to unstoppable. That title alone was like, okay. It hits you from the intro and it keeps your attention. Some books, it grabs your attention, you lose it, it re-grabs it. This one, it was, can't put it down.
So that means something to win 3 in a row, knowing there's so much talent in this league now, so much parity in this league. You know, that's going to be a heck of an argument by anybody's standard. So we feel we must be considered one of the best teams ever.
The difference of the 3 C's. I'm going to break it down for terminology that those who haven't read the book, who's not, in the business and client, don't understand what's the difference between a cooler, a closer, and a cleaner. In our terminology, in our language, we call them, you got a bum, you got a scrub, you got somebody that's just a savage who goes for the kill. So you got those 3 things. You got a bum, that's just what they are. They just a bum. They just always around doing bummy stuff. You got a scrub, they're a little bit above a bum because they can handle some pressure. Then you got a savage who just comes in and just clean up everything. They're like a vulture, just clean up all the corpse. They don't care. That's their mentality. Simply a person who is careful. They always need to be told what to do, how to do it, and why they're doing it. They need too many directions and guidance.
Instructions.
Yes, they need somebody to walk them through the process hand by hand. Time consuming. That's a cooler.
I call them people Sims. Remember the Sims game? You gotta click the Sim and you gotta tell them to go eat. You gotta tell them to go take out the trash.
So that's what we have right there is cooler. Now we have the closer. The closer can close out a situation. You might have that one business partner that's a closer. Let's look at real estate. Yeah, certain real estate agents, they can close the deal at the closing table. However, someone must lead them to the closing table.
Okay.
Somebody must bring them and give them the right situation for them to close the deal. They can't do the whole process, but they must be put in the right situation at the right time to close the deal. They're good with the final punchlines to close the deal.
Okay.
They're like a feature rapper.
Okay.
They can't give you a whole album, but they can give you some features.
Hey,
they can give you some features.
He's the greatest closer of all time.
Hey, you know.
But his album resume is limited.
It's very limited. The cleaner. What is the cleaner? The cleaner is that person who comes through without you seeing or noticing them. In the book, they use the example of a janitor. The janitor cleans the building, but they gets the job done behind the scenes when you're least around. When no one's around, they do the dirty work. So you have these cleaners. They just come through and clean it up. You don't want to call these people first. This is the last person you want to call. Because why? They coming through. When they come through, they clean up everyone's mess. They either can make you look extremely bad because of your lack of intensity, or they can elevate you up just by you being in their presence. Those are
they
your
gonna
coolers,
get the job done.
your closers, and your damn cleaners.
All right.
So I gave you my examples of a cooler, a closer, and a cleaner. Now give me your examples of what you took from this of those triple C's.
He gave some bullet points. So he gave you some examples, and he used some sports analogies, some sports allegories. So we're gonna see if y'all can relate with them. A cooler can have an amazing game.
One game.
They can ball out one game. They can score 30 points. A closer can have an amazing season. That's the difference. They all good season. A cleaner have an amazing career.
Wait a minute. So let me make sure I understand that.
A game, a season, and a career.
A game, a season, and a career. So a cooler can have an amazing finals game or amazing open game.
Yep.
Either or. Now, a closer can have an amazing season. Double-double, triple-double, triple crown, whatever else. 2,000-yard season. One time.
Yep. They have amazing series.
In
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Okay. But then
But they ain't winning that championship.
They ain't winning the
That's
championship.
the difference.
So you telling me the cleaner has an amazing career. Longevity. A career.
Longevity.
So we talking Hall of Fame style.
That's what we talking about.
Oh,
I give one more. He said coolers avoid taking the winning shots. Closers take the shot if they know they have a good chance of making it.
Okay.
And cleaners trust their gut and just shoot. They don't have to think about it. I'm going to read that one more time for people.
Bring that back.
And we're going to break it down. A cooler avoid taking a winning shot. For example, you have a player that they know their shooting percentage is not the greatest.
Okay.
They can't always make their free throws, so they don't want to go to the line for the game. Even though Shaq, he wasn't a great free throw shooter, he wanted to be at that line to win them games.
Okay, so
he said he made them when it counts. A closer take the shot if they have a good chance of making it. Remember when you said if you put somebody in a situation,
you got to put them there. You got to get them there.
You put them in a situation, they were draining. Robert Horry, he was closing.
He was.
You put him in that corner. You pass on the ball.
He closed for the Lakers against Portland.
He closed for San Antonio against Detroit.
Game 5.
Come on, we seen it.
It hurt.
And once again, at last, the cleaner just trusts their gut and just shoot. They don't have to think about it.
Zero at all.
What Kobe do?
Kobe just gonna shoot.
Kobe could shoot 0 for 10 3-points all game and hit that last one.
So let's bring this in for the people. Let's go back to 2012. LeBron, at that stage in his career, was a cleaner. LeBron was a closer at that stage. But then he was kind of borderline cooler because LeBron wouldn't take the shot.
He didn't want to take the shot.
He didn't want to take the shot.
He didn't want to go to the free throw lines. He was missing those free throws at the end of the game.
When Kobe was still in his prime, the last good All-Star game they played in, LeBron was on fire from three-point range. When it came down to the last shot, Kobe said, "Are you going to take it?" He passed it. And that will ever go down as he's going to pass up on the big shots. But right now, 2018 LeBron, hands down, is a cleaner. He's elevated his level.
Once he went to Miami, that changed a lot. And having Dwayne Wade, because Dwayne Wade, most people forget Dwayne Wade is a cleaner.
Born cleaner.
Most people don't understand his background. They don't understand the struggles he went through and how he have that dog killer Mamba mentality. You know, because we seen this older Dwayne Wade, but nah, he still got it, and he was able to help LeBron James elevate his game to that next level. Because when LeBron wasn't taking those shots, Dwayne Wade was. All right, so I want to go up to date right now.
Right now, present moment.
Let's take it outside of sports.
I'm with it.
Who are some active cleaners in any industry you can think of? And I started off, and I seen the brother grow to this level. Kevin Hart.
Why do you say Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart is relentless. You follow his social media snap. He is working out 7 days a week. He is doing movies. He doing TV. He does not stop, and you can tell he's at the point where he only is competing with himself. And his standards is all the way up here. So when you watch his work ethic and look at everybody else that's in the same industry as him.
So you talking about other comedians?
Other comedians, other actors too, because he's an actor now.
Well, and then I'm going to pause right there. Because in that case, he won't be in that lane by himself. Because in that case, you give me Kevin Hart, that's great. You've seen him ascend and accelerate. He's doing great things. Shout out to Kevin Hart. Well, I'm going to have to go with my boy.
Who?
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Poutine eating, pie eating, trailblazing, trash talking. I'm going to go with The Rock.
You going to?
I'm going to go with Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. As a kid, we watched this man come in as a wrestler. So we see him come to the WWF, laying smackdown with the rock bottom. But if you look at his films today, we go to the last film, Jumanji, compared to the first film, The Mummy Returns, when he played the Scorpion King, it's night and day. Two different actors. One was still a wrestler. One is now a certified actor that demands $22 million of film.
And you know what's funny? Who I named and who you named, who keep on doing at least one movie together? Both of them too.
The both of them.
Because they can probably knock it off so easy because you got two people with that work ethic. You're getting the job done every time with Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson.
You're going to get it done. These two, they are two cleaners that complement each other. They're not competing for spotlight on film. There are two cleaners that can come to the stage and give you a tremendous, outstanding performance on film. Look at the numbers from Jumanji. They don't lie. From their first film together, CIA, what's the name of that damn movie? Whatever that movie was, when they played CIA agents, to now, the chemistry is through the roof. The numbers don't lie.
Yep.
Oh, Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. Okay. I don't wanna defame anybody.
Okay.
But we just being honest.
Yeah, to be honest.
Let's kick it. Who you would say are some coolers in the industry? And I'm gonna switch it. I wanna go to the music industry.
Coolers.
Me, and I was started off again.
You going bottom line seat.
Off the top of my head. Cause last night I just listened to Wale new EP.
Okay.
I'm 100% Wale fan because I seen Wale, J. Cole, Big Sean, and Kendrick all came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Wale with Maybach Music. J. Cole was under
Rock Nation.
You had Big Sean under Kanye.
Yep.
So they all came in the same time, and you go from now to then. You seen Big Sean kept on elevating.
Yes, elevated.
Kendrick went to the best. J. Cole is in his own lane, but Wale, he got left behind, and he started off hotter than all when he dropped that Lotus Flower Bomb.
Okay, so we look at Wale. The reason he got left behind, Wale had too much, I want to say it, support. Wale wasn't holding his own. Wale, you can say him and Big Sean, they both came out. You know, Big Sean first single, Wale first single, you say, oh, they both had major features. Big Sean first album, you know, you could tell Kanye was fully involved.
Okay.
But his second album, you can see the growth where it's like, hey, big brother, starting to peel back a little bit. The same thing with J. Cole. Even though he said, you think I'm supposed to give a fuck, that Hov never shot me out. But J. Cole came through and he caught fire. He was like, he already had a name. He already had a buzz in the South.
Yeah.
People forgot. So therefore, then you look at Kendrick. Kendrick came out of left field. Like, whoa, where does this guy come from? Because most people
dropped the classic, his first album.
We didn't know who he was on the East Coast. He was already big on the West Coast. So you say, wow, Wale is still cooler. Why is he still down here? Wale shot himself in the foot.
That's what it was, because he had closer. He had a little bit closer in him, because you put him in a situation, he can deliver. Because I'm a fan of his music, but he couldn't get past that. Stop caring what everybody else thinking, and let me just be a dog. Let me just completely shut it down and keep on going to the next level. Who you got?
Whoo, that's at the cooler level.
Who's at a cooler? You can go to music industry with.
I'm gonna leave it in music. I'm gonna call it this, and I'm gonna go with Wale's running mate and his MMG running mate. Meek Mill's is a cooler.
Oh man, you can't do Meek Mills like that.
Meek Mills is a cooler.
Cooler?
Meek Mills.
He not. I can't.
I'm gonna give him a cool. What's the definition of a cooler? What is the definition of a cooler?
But they say somebody gonna have a great game.
A great game. Meek Mills has great singles. Meek Mill don't give you great albums. So therefore, you could put them all in the same boat together.
Dreams and Nightmare was a great album.
Dreams and Nightmare wasn't a great album. It had a great single that made you brought you into it. That had brought you into it. Meek Mill's had a great single like Lil Scrappy had a great single. You don't want no problems. Then the rest of the album was like, what happened to the same? It didn't get it. Exactly what it was. I'm gonna call it what it is. Most people don't agree with me. I don't care. It is what it is. In my opinion, he's still a cooler. Hasn't elevated yet. He cared too much about what people like and who didn't tweet his album. When you a cleaner, you don't give a fuck about who didn't tweet your album.
I think that might change when he come out of jail.
Well, you said it right now. you said it right now.
You're right. Okay. We gonna let everybody chime in and see if they believe what my Wale off your Meek Mills. We gonna see what everybody said about that.
We gonna see. Gave him a cleaner. We gave him a cooler. Who in the industry is a closer?
In the music industry?
Any industry.
Any industry. So we gave him we gave him The Rock and
Kevin Hart. Top dogs.
As cleaners.
Then we went down to the bottom. We gave him our coolers. You said Wale. I said Meek Mills. No hard feelings. It is what it is, in my opinion. Now, who's in the middle? Who's your closers?
I'm gonna go back to sports.
Let's get it.
I'm gonna go back to sports. I'm gonna say Carmelo Anthony is a closer. Carmelo Anthony, he can take the game-winning shot and drain it. He will have a great game. He will have a great season. But going down as that legend, to be able to get over that hump as that dog, he don't got it all. Like he got spurts of it. So I can see him. He can go over to the cleaner, but I would still stick him in that closer reign where he can get the job done. You put him in a situation.
I'm not even going to debate with that because that's 100% accurate to the T. You know, Melo would forever until forever until you prove otherwise. We'll go down.
Him and T-Mac, they is like mirror image. That is mirror image, ain't it?
So
him and T-Mac.
So he would go down as a closer. Okay, he would go down as a closer.
Who you got?
Got it?
Okay.
Actresses, who's forever in my mind. One reason I say this, I love her to death, but I'm gonna call her a closer. She's gonna go down as a closer in my book until she proves me otherwise. Taraji P. Anderson will be forever in my mind a closer.
Taraji, that's Cookie, my baby.
Cookie, your baby.
Boo.
She's gonna be a closer. Why? She's great at supporting roles. She's not good at carrying the load on her own. She's always been in supporting roles. All of her roles has been supporting. She has a new movie coming out.
Has she ever had the opportunity?
Yes, she just had a movie come out.
It already came out?
It already came out.
Ah, hell.
Yeah, see, not too many people know about it. It's almost like a Netflix special. But now she has another movie coming out that Tyler Perry is producing. Maybe that might
be because with definition, that's 100% facts. She have to be put in a position, and she elevate the best she can with Empire. She did amazing.
You gotta think about it. She did great with Empire. Why? Because what other roles did she already play in? With Terrence.
Flow.
She played in so many other movies where she was support. You gotta think about it. She played in Four Brothers. She was support. She was Andre 3000 wife. Terrence Howard was already in that movie. He had a major role. He was the
in the
cop.
same movies.
Always in the same movie. So she will fair be in a supporting role. She can't carry the load. Let's say like a Viola Davis can carry a load in a movie. You got some heavy hitters and females that can go out there and star in a movie and carry the load without being support. You got some. Kerry Washington can carry a movie and hold her own. But Taraji needs somebody else in the spotlight. Huge difference.
Life is like traffic, okay? In traffic, you got a bunch of lanes, man. You got that slow lane. That slow lane is full of people that don't really have nowhere to go, don't really give a shit about where they're going. That you got that middle lane. Middle lane is full of people that really, they don't know if they got nowhere to go. They're going in and out of traffic. They weaving back and forth. Then you got the fast lane. Those are people with a purpose. Get out my way, move, I got shit to do. You got the carpool lane. Those are people that want to take people with them so they can get through things faster. Which person are you? You know what I am? I'm that person that's in the fast lane and the carpool lane because I got a lot of shit to do and a lot of places to go, but I'm not selfish. I want to take people with me. I want people to share this goddamn success with me. My question is, what lane are you driving in on this Monday? I suggest you get your ass in the fast lane and find a purpose and make it do what it do, baby, and be great. Operation Become the Best Version of Yourself is in session. Monday Morning Motivation. Go get it.
All right. So Lando, this book is a if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend you guys go get the book, download it on Audible, listen to the book, read the book, analyze the book, go back and study the book. Book is great. So Lando, we gave them definition of the triple C's. Where are you currently in life at this moment? Would you call yourself a cooler? You gotta be honest. Would you call yourself a cooler, a closer, or a cleaner?
I love when you said you gotta be honest.
You gotta be honest with yourself.
Everybody always go, man, I'm a cleaner.
Bullshit.
But you don't have no facts. You don't have nothing tangible to back up this statement.
As my man said, you're entitled to your opinion. You're just not entitled to make your opinion a fact.
You have to be honest. And I will say the best moment for me, and like once I start reading this book, I loved it because it was basically made for me. Because I always felt I've been different. I didn't go the way everybody wanted me to go.
True.
I thought for myself. I'm 5'6". I get on a basketball court. I'm ready to kill everybody. So I'm like, I feel I identify with a cleaner, and I can give you an example when my process of trying to become a flight attendant and the adversity and everything I had to go through, anybody would have stopped because I had applied for over 24 different airlines. I interviewed with 14 of them and got denied.
Okay.
So usually you would just basically be done. You'll, let me try something else. Put your head.
Ball up?
Yeah, you'll ball up. And my dad asked me one day, he like, man, I can't lie. Like, what? You just keep on going hard, you won't stop. I'm like, I had a goal. No matter what, I was going to be a flight attendant. So I worked on myself so much to when I went to interview, I was the best at every interview I went to. Nobody could outshine me. Nobody didn't know the industry better than me. I was in a whole different echelon than my competition.
So you're in a whole different stratosphere from everyone else?
To this day, nobody. So I put too much work in.
You put too much work in. Now, when I asked him to be honest with himself, you all watching this have to be honest with yourself too. It's not that you're looking down on anyone else. It's just you and you. You understand where you're at compared to where everyone else is at. So therefore, you got to be honest with yourself. So I appreciate your honesty, saying through that process, you was this. You put yourself in a situation to be a closer. I mean, you put yourself to be a clean.
Same question to yourself, man.
Same question. At this moment, stage where I'm at right now.
Yes.
I would 100% tell you through the process that I've been through. I started this off as a cooler, just nibbling and dabbling in it. I can do whatever in that situation, but I needed somebody else to front for me. I needed somebody else to vouch for me. I needed that. To be straight up honest, I needed that.
You was a cooler.
I was a cooler. In this industry that I'm in now, I was a cooler. I needed to be on other people's coattail. And while I was on their coattail, don't look at it like it's a bad thing. That was my learning experience. Ooh. That was my coming to truth moment where you realize when your head is this big, you think you know everything. Then when you get around people whose head is that big because they know everything, your head becomes that big. So it just crushes you.
Wow.
So therefore, I went through the process of going from a cooler to just being around and saying, okay, I can have one great speech. Got it. then I got to the point where I could be a closer. When you put me in a situation, I'm going to close this out for you. Just get me there. Pass me the damn baton and get me there. Now I'm at the position where I don't need you to get me there. I will bring you there. I will get you here, and I will elevate you.
Ooh.
But if you're not willing to be elevated, get out of my way. Stand on the sideline. I don't need that right now. So I'm at a different level in life right now. That's where I'm at. I'm at a cleaner stage where I don't care.
I love it.
I don't care. I'm not looking for justification or verification from anyone because I'm going to do what I have to do regardless because my team is going to. Well, out of Relentless. Great, once again, great read. What is your favorite passage or story from this book?
I got two of them.
I
got two. The first one in the beginning. This drew me in immediately while I just want to read it all. Since Kobe's my guy, and the book started off where he's saying when Kobe completely tore his Achilles, and once he tore his Achilles, he was like the average player, fall on the ground, go run, go cry. But Kobe, he didn't do that. He walked over after he tore your Achilles, didn't make one free throw, but he made 2 free throws, then walked off. That was so that was monster stuff to me. That was that Black Mamba. That was my first one. And my second one is Michael Jordan talking about Scott Burrell. So basically, I think it was around playoff times or getting close to the playoffs, and they was practicing one day, and Jordan was like, where the hell is Burrell? It's like Scott Burrell, a part-time player at best, was in the training room. Michael Jordan stormed in there where Scott Burrell was on the treatment table. He was on the table getting treatment for a hamstring injury. MJ grabbed the table and flipped that boy over with Scott on it. He was like, I just played 48 minutes last night, Michael roared. Everything is killing me. You have a fucking hamstring? Get your fucking ass out and practice now. Get on my level and get the hell out of my way. So he set that type of tone. He like, you trying to take practice off? And, I just love he set that tone where if you didn't, you had to come up to his level.
You had to, no choice.
You had to come up to his level. So that's why everybody look at the Bulls team. You seen the best out of the Curry. You seen the best out of us. You seen the best out of everybody else. Because when they went to different teams, nobody they was irrelevant.
But because you said that story, let's grab this let's grab them a quick history right quick of why Michael Jordan is so prevalent in this book and so important in this book. Why he's so important to make Tim Grover who he was. Or did Tim Grover make Michael Jordan who he was?
Ooh. They needed each other, but Michael Jordan probably needed Tim more than Tim needed Michael Jordan.
For the simple reason, you're right. That is 100% correct. Because if you guys go back and you guys know Jordan was a great player. Had great seasons and everything, but he didn't get past the Pistons. Why? Because Jordan was a little fragile thing. Was getting beat up by bad boys. They would just throw him to the ground. Jordan rule came into play. So what happened? This guy, fresh out of school, what did he want to do?
He reached out to every single player on the Bulls organization to be their trainer, but he didn't have no real big NBA star, accolades or anything, resume behind him.
No resume.
So he didn't even reach out to Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Because he automatically knew Jordan had a trainer. And I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, once Jordan got whooped on by the Pistons,
twice,
Grover had a meeting with the Bulls, and he didn't know it was a meeting over Michael Jordan's house. And when Grover gave him the blueprint, like, look, I need 30 days, this what I can do, blah, blah. Jordan was like, that's impossible.
He did say that.
It's like, that's impossible. You can't do it. And what happened?
He did say that couldn't happen. Because when he reached out, remember, it was known that Michael didn't like trainers. Michael didn't like to go in the weight room. He didn't like doing that stuff because it was going to mess up his shot.
Because during those times, getting big wasn't popular.
No, it wasn't popular.
Hitting the weights wasn't popular.
It wasn't that. It was quick.
Having a bigger upper body mess up your shot.
Yeah, it was quick. So when he got with Jordan, he said, I'm going to do this in 30 days. And Jordan said, man, it's not possible. After 30 days, Jordan started to see results. Became more explosive.
He said after 30 days, he said, I asked for 30 days. He gave me 15 years.
15 years. But what else did Jordan do? So I'm going to help you out with this book. What else Jordan do? Jordan said, I'm not paying you to be my trainer. I'm paying you not to train no one else. Because I don't want anyone else to have my secrets.
That's how good this trainer was. He was like, you ain't, I want the advantage on everybody. I'm not paying you to train anybody else.
And it got to the point where players had to ask Jordan, is it okay if I see your trainer? They couldn't just call the man. Jordan became like his agent. No. Only select few people was allowed to train with him. Sir Charles Barkley was one.
And what's your Charles Barkley story?
Oh my Lord, Charles Barkley. Everybody know Charles Barkley now. Charles Barkley now is more mellow Charles than Charles back in the day. Charles back in his playing days from the Sixers to Phoenix, Charles was a savage. Charles was the only person to stand up and go face to face with Jordan. Talk to him. Hey, I'm coming right for you, head to head. He was respected so much people failed to realize Jordan put him in Space Jam. People failed to realize that. I only put people in here that I respect. They're in my presence. So Charles Barkley tore his ACL. When he's playing for Phoenix, tore his ACL. Big guy, Charles Barkley, about 240. Tearing your ACL means a lot. It's a lot. You know, a lot of your mobility you need. Tore his ACL. I went to go see Tim. Tim said, hey, you're not allowed to touch a basketball for 6 weeks. Charles pretty much told him, fuck you, man. Went out there and grabbed the basketball. Just coming fresh off ACL surgery, slam dunked it 10 times on one leg.
On one leg. Like, think of that. You tore your ACL, all they tell you to do is just rest your leg. That's it. Just sit at the house, rest your leg.
But this 5 days after surgery.
Charles Barkley went to the gym. You seen Charles Barkley in the gym on one leg and dunked the ball 10 times.
In a row.
Was like, I'm not taking no days off like that. I can't sit down for no 6 weeks. And I bet you know Kobe the same probably.
He said, so he was like, after he heard that, he knew it was something different in Charles. Whenever you tell a man no and he go grab a ball and say, let's get to work. 5 days off of ACL surgery. Most people will go milk that. But this dude is legit in what he does. He says, I don't want to train weak people. I only want the best of the best who can physically go through the program, who's going to give me their all, and who's going to leave it all on the table. He said, because you're going to throw up a few times. He said, there's garbage cans all around the gym. Even the best, they throw up.
He said, well, for your first hour training with me, you didn't sweat it through your whole shirt and you didn't threw up twice.
That's that fella realize. I'm going to have to go outside. Steve Kerr. What people fail to realize about Steve Kerr. Yes, Steve Kerr would go out as like one of the best closers in the game for the Bulls. Hands down. He respects that. But Steve Kerr did something no one else on the Bulls ever did. Not even Scottie Pippen, not even Phil Jackson. He stood toe-to-toe with Michael Jordan and told him, hey, you're not going to treat me like this. And what happened next? Jordan punched him in the face.
Jordan punched him right in his face.
Two-pieced him like Chris Childs did Kobe. Bow!
Okay, calm down.
He hit him, rocked him. But for the fact that Steve Kerr stood up to him, Jordan had to go to the car and call him from the cell phone and say, hey, man, I apologize. Never had a man that was, what is Steve Kerr, 6'1"? If that, 6'1", stand up to him. Put the ball in his chest and got punched. That's
say that was good ever since.
Good. Friendship still strong. Mm-hmm. Now, Steve Kerr is succeeded on every level. Coaching, GM, president, player.
Wow.
He's done it all. This book is an awesome read. We recommend it to everyone. Everyone, I don't care what industry you're in. You're in retail, you're in sales. If you're in sales, you definitely need to read this. Any type of sales. Car sales, you're a real estate agent, whatever you're doing. Business to business to commerce sales. Whatever you're doing, read this book. If you're on the verge of becoming an athletic trainer, a personal trainer, read this book. Because
it's a must.
If you're an athlete, it's a must. Or if you're a person that's indecisive in life right now, read this book. Make that decision to read this book. Because on page 5, he tells you the whole gist of this book is 3 things. Decide, commit, well, 4 things. Decide, commit, act, succeed, and repeat. It's a circle.
Say that again?
You want to decide on what you're going to do.
Okay.
Then you're going to commit to it fully. You decide you're going to run. You commit to running daily. You act upon it no matter what the weather is outside. You do it. Then you succeed at it. Once you succeed at it, you don't stop. You repeat the process. Most people succeed at a goal and they just stop. Life doesn't stop. you higher the standards of your goal, and then you recommit to it, and you keep going, you keep pushing the limits. As we talked about the other day, the body and the mind was created by God. It doesn't have a limit. We place limits. There's no barriers on what you can become. You stop because your surroundings stop. Fuck that. Keep going.
All right, y'all. I'm Orlando.
And I'm Terrell.
It's overtime.
It ain't over
Till we review it.
Greatness. Who in here is chasing greatness? Got a lot of people in here chasing greatness. Here's the problem with majority of you people in here. A lot of you fucking people can't catch average. How the fuck you gonna have greatness if you can't catch or get to average? You can't get to average. You know why? Because everybody around you is telling you how fucking good you are, how great you are. Let's go have a drink, all right? When you're good, you tell everybody else. When you're fucking great, they tell